Welcome back to the AG Chelsea TV channel. In this morning video, we'll find out the latest news about Chelsea FC last night. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss daily update from my channel. Chelsea plot huge goalkeeper signing. Chelsea are planning to sign a new goalkeeper in the summer as Enzo is keen on an overhaul of his defensive unit at Stamford Bridge. That is according to former Man United and Blackburn chief scout Mick Brown, who remains very well connected within the game, as he exclusively told Football Insider that both Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen are seen as replaceable. He went on to explain that the Blues are prepared to spend huge money to land the players they want in an attempt to back the manager in the transfer market. Sanchez's performances this season have been a cause for concern at Chelsea, which led to his axe from the starting 11, before Jorgensen's error cost them the game against Aston Villa. Brown previously told Football Insider that Chelsea are prioritising the signing of a new centre-back after missing out on a deal for Nottingham Forest star Murillo in January. However, a new goalkeeper is also high on their list of targets, and work is ongoing behind the scenes to identify a potential replacement for their current options. Recent reports have linked the Blues with a move to sign Southampton's ex-Arsenal keeper, Aaron Ramsdale, who has been a long-term target at Stamford Bridge. Brown told Football Insider on the 18th of February that Chelsea want to sign Liverpool goalkeeper Karim and would be prepared to meet his £40 million asking price. Now, the former scout, who has a wealth of experience in top-level player recruitment after over a decade at Man United during their most successful period, explained that Maresca is keen to improve between the sticks after recent concerns. It's a position they're going to have to look at, he told Football Insider. Todd Boehly explains Chelsea decision not to sign striker. Chelsea co-owner Todd Boehly has defended the club's failure to sign a new marquee centre-forward in each of the last two transfer windows. The Blues were in the market for a new striker last summer, and Chelsea were interested in Napoli's Victor Osimhen, but could not reach an agreement with the Italian club. Osimhen later joined Galatasaray on a season-long loan deal, having been frozen out under Antonio Conte in Naples for much of the first half of the season. Failing to land a new forward looked a blessing in disguise, with Nicolas Jackson in fine form, but the Senegalese had gone 8 league games without a goal when picking up a hamstring injury against West Ham at the start of this month. With Marc Guiu injured in the same game and Christopher Nkunku ineffective when deployed up front, Enzo has been reduced to using Pedro Neto as a makeshift No. 9 in the Blues' last 2 games. Strikers are hard to find, Boehly said. You don't go into the grocery store and say, "I am going to get a striker." It is an amazing skill set, and you have to have the right mentality. Napoli director Giovanni Manna has revealed that the club are working to find a solution for Victor Osimhen to leave on a permanent deal this summer. Osimhen, 26, was close to exiting Naples for good before the start of the 2024-25 season, but after a deal failed to get completed, he instead joined Galatasaray on loan. Since making the move to Istanbul, the Nigerian has scored 20 goals in 26 appearances across all competitions. However, Galatasaray are not expected to sign Osimhen on a permanent transfer, and a Premier League move is instead looking more prominent. Chelsea and Arsenal have both been linked with a move for Osimhen, who has a £90 million release clause in his contract that expires in summer 2027. Chelsea leads Arsenal race to sign Adeyemi. A winger's signing is expected to be the priority at Chelsea, who, in spite of being linked with numerous players in the winter, eventually decided against acquiring a fresh face, though they let João Felix join AC Milan on loan. Having been left underwhelmed by the options at his disposal this season, Enzo is likely to pursue a direct contributor of goods in the final third during the summer. Having said that, Borussia Dortmund forward Karim Adeyemi is on their radar, as well as Arsenal's, with caught offside claiming that the Blues have stolen a march over the Gunners in the race for the German international. The 23-year-old reportedly bears a price tag of £42 million, and has been linked with the likes of Juventus and Napoli as well in recent times. Chelsea could have a clear path in their bid to sign Karim Adeyemi, with Arsenal unlikely to pose as much of a challenge. The Gunners may look for left-footed right wingers to compete with Bukayo Saka, and the Borussia Dortmund star's profile might not be very enticing to them, considering Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard are already at Mikel Arteta's disposal. The Blues will benefit from his dynamic nature. Adeyemi is a player that likes to play closer to the interior of the pitch, and therefore, he has a higher goal threat than several other wingers in Europe. He is also very strong with his weak foot, which adds an element of unpredictability to his game, particularly in one-on-one situations with defenders and goalkeepers. Most things considered, he promises to be an ideal fit at Chelsea, although his fitness record needs to be thoroughly assessed by the club before they can materialise their interest. In the ongoing campaign as well as the previous one, he missed a number of games due to muscular problems, which is far from a good sign for a player of his age. Chelsea add 7 new players to squad in huge top for boost. Chelsea's season has hope once more. The condensed nature of the Premier League table means that Enzo Maresca is only 2 games away from being 10th again, but Stamford Bridge has reason for optimism. After beating Southampton 4-0, and with a full week of rest before the return of Conference League football before another home match against relegation-bound Leicester City, Chelsea are looking up. They know that full confidence will be needed heading into an away trip to Arsenal before the international break. That is a game of serious significance because, with Mikel Arteta's side now 13 points behind Liverpool in the title race, albeit having played a game less, they may well start to look over their shoulders. A visit to Old Trafford is next up in the league for Arsenal. It is feasible, therefore, that Chelsea gain on Arsenal before the visit to North London. It is taking a step into the hypothetical, but the gap between the two sides could be as little as 1 point by the next set of international matches. For Chelsea, this is plenty to get excited about as they try to hold off Newcastle United, Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, and Aston Villa in the hunt for a top 4 place. Only 5 points separate 7 teams, with 6 between 8 going up to Nottingham Forest. If Maresca is able to guide his team through the next 2 weeks, then he will have lots to fight for. Coming out the other side, and the options he has available are expected to be markedly different as well. Currently, Maresca is without 7 first-team players. At least 4 of those have a strong argument to say they are the starters in their position, showing just what Maresca has been working with across recent weeks. The good news is that they may well all be set for a return. "We can have most of the players back after the international break, maybe all of them," said Maresca last week, "and it can be a big boost for us." And that's the end of today's video. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss daily update from my channel.